want you to take that fire inside of you and turn it into something good.
Hey, yo, you represent out there. Show 'em how we do it in Flint.
No.
4,000 to just hear Fresh go. That being said,
Coconuts in Barbados.
we're glad that you shut up, cause I have a new sugar baby to take care of. You know, like that's what you guys are paying for a grounder. Did you see what the fucking benefits were? We're gonna play games. There's gonna be a raffle.
We're gonna play games.
But there's gonna be a raffle.
It feels like a.
Hey, would you like to pay $4,000 for a chance to win a $3,000 Rolex? Was that something that you'd be interested in?
Okay, let's play game. Who in this boat would you like to fuck but will never do?
You know how some people don't look good after they get dumped by the ex? Some people don't look the same after they get demonetized. You just see them, they looking different,
But I can
a
understand.
little desperate.
I can understand.
I'm going to say this very clearly, okay? Is this a quote-unquote scam? No, they are delivering what they're offering. They're just grossly overinflating the price of whatever it is that they're offering, and they're fooling their fans, the people they're supposed to care about. And people will say, well, if they're willing to pay for it, what's the issue? I think it's okay to say that as creators, you guys have a lot of influence over your fan base, and you have a very peculiar relationship. And if you choose to take advantage of that, you're a scumbag. You are. If you lie to your fans to get money out of them, scummy shit. If you fleece your fans out of the maximum amount of money because you know they love you, scummy shit. I think it's okay to say that. That's my thoughts.
Boys being boys.
Bro, at least let them lay in bed with you. At least. If y'all gonna do the pictures,
You're crazy.
nah.
You're crazy.
They are comrades in arms. They're paying for this
You're
dude's
crazy,
bills.
but I ain't mad at this.
If they're gonna do a photo op, you gotta have all the fans laying in bed with you, and then at least that,
Hug it up.
and then Sneeko watching in the corner.
That's wild, but
Yeah, Sneeko just, hey, Cucko just over here like this. That's worth the $4,000. I'll give you that. I'd be creative. You just have fucking Walter with water dripping out his mouth. That being said, shut up, stupid.
just chop it on.
Shut up, stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a sign that says "We love sugar baby," something like that. I think that's a 10 out of 10.
You're crazy.
$4,000 for a glorified meet and greet? Ask any creator. Not a single one of them charges even half as much. I went to look it up. Tony Robbins, the biggest motherfucker on the planet, for his seminar, charges $6,000. Well, wait, that's pretty close, right? It's a 6 to 7 day week program with meetings afterwards and a career life plan in the offers. And that's the top dude who flies in private jets. These motherfuckers are offering $4,000 to go on a shitty yacht to go with a bunch of busted Miami. Where's the value in that? How are you helping men get to the women that they want to marry someday, to create the family nuclear bullshit that they want, or even achieve their financial goals? $4,000 is a used car.
Talking about, man, we have meet and greets. How much do we charge for meet and greets?
At our shows?
Yeah.
This shit looks so dead. You know a party is dead when half the crowd is sitting down. Nobody dancing, everybody got a drink in their hand, there's some loud house music, and half the women are sitting down amongst themselves because they don't want to talk to none of these motherfuckers.
Great, we're back in middle school.
I thought this shit was hilarious. I just had a good laugh. But at the end of the day, people want to pay $4,000 to get fleeced by these
Good
guys.
on them.
You know what I mean? I keep the same energy that they have if they want to get fleeced by OnlyFans model. If you want to pay these OnlyFans models $3,000 so you can sniff their butthole, that's your prerogative. It's none of my business.
Who's someone that you really highly regard?
Like just like a artist or anything?
Anything.
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
How much would I pay?
How much would you pay?
About $350.
You know what's funny?
That's
Chris
it.
Brown charges $1,000 for a picture.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Chris Brown delivers. Cause those pictures are crazy.
Those pictures.
He grabbing ass, he lifting these, and he lifting up. Listen, y'all think Chris Brown's performance on stage is the show? No, it's what he does backstage. Cause I seen him pick up enough big women to make me think, damn, his chiropractor got to be working overtime.
He just don't go to
that
the gym.
back is strong.
He just don't go to the gym. He gets paid to work out.
Yeah, but you have to be wondering, where's all these crazy moves coming from? It's their manager. So you know how these guys don't like Jews? Well, their manager's a Jew, obviously. This guy, let me tell you.
I'm Fresh and Fit's manager, and I'm going to be honest, I do a lot more with Fresh and Fit than I do with Sneeko. We're going to have this city's dead. I mean, yeah, Miami's the best place in America, but there's nothing honestly going on here. No one's actually taking over this city. There's like no one holding big events. There's no one actually doing anything. And that's going to change starting this month when me and Fresh and Fit are going to start doing yacht parties. And, you know, I'm telling you, this is going to be on a different level because people don't know who I'm connected to. I'm just the bridge between two worlds, the influencers and the rappers and the A-listers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be at a bridge and, you know, do what a Jew's supposed to do.
Do what a Jew's supposed to do. Okay. So I'm like, who is this guy? You know, I've never heard of this dude. I'm not even going to explain what this is. This is what he does for a living and how he became famous. Ready?
Set.
Numerology supports the nuclear family. Let me explain how. 1 equals male energy. 2 is feminine energy. That's why bitch starts with B. That's why beta starts with B, and B is the second letter. Child is 3. So basically, when you have 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 is the childlike energy. Child starts with C. C is the third letter. So again, you see how it works. Now, here's the magic. 1 man, 2 woman, 3 kid. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. 6 is the number of home and family. Family starts with F. F is the 6th letter. Family is a 6-letter word.
So what
he's a numerologist. So he believes in the power of numbers and how they define how everything works. Now I thought this was really interesting because he was like 2 is feminine energy. That's why B starts with B. Brother starts with B. That's feminine. Boss.
Brother is feminine.
Boss starts with B. That's feminine. You know what I was thinking when I was listening to this? Does numerology work in other languages? What do you do when a French guy shows up? And all the numbers don't make any sense anymore. Or was numerology?
Yeah, numerology is just...
It's just for English people, apparently. So there's like a divine order that works in life, and it only works with the English language.
Hey everyone, so the team decided to do a fun competition. If you're able to make a donation today, even if it's just a few dollars, and if you're selected, then Governor Tim Walz and I...
There's more.
What would you say is the most beta sign in Western astrology? Come on, man. We got to step on some toes.
Gotta look at Virgos. Gotta look at the twin of Gemini being Virgo. Definitely Gemini is going to be the alpha of those pair.
So you would say the Virgo's the biggest beta in the zodiac?
I don't know about biggest. They definitely have a dark side. They have an edge to them sometimes. Libras can be softed.
Now this Gary guy has a long history of being a fraudster. Aside from making a bunch of failed predictions, he oftentimes deletes the predictions he gets wrong and then keeps up the ones that he gets right. He predicted that for this election cycle, it'd be Ron DeSantis versus Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama has no plans of running, and Ron DeSantis has already dropped out to give way to Trump. He has a long criminal record, crypto scammer as well. He had all of his fans pump a bunch of money into Zcash. They pumped in millions of dollars into this shit coin of his, and it lost all of its value. People ended up losing hundreds of thousands of dollars according to his own predictions with numerology. It is like all the scammers, they all gravitate towards this red pill stuff. And it makes sense because these are at-risk men who are very vulnerable and looking for insight. Maybe it's because they didn't have a dad, maybe it's because they don't have a mentor, but these guys are just looking for answers to their questions in their life. And these guys come, they have money, they claim to have women. Why do you think here's the thing, charge $4,000, why don't you charge it for a course? Why don't you charge it for something that's actually gonna help your fan base to go somewhere in life? You don't wanna charge for that. You wanna charge for a yacht party so they can be around Instagram whores and influencers who, according to yourselves, are some of the lowest people on the totem pole. How is that adding value to your fans base? I just think it's interesting that you constantly see scammers throwing themselves. Even when they were bringing on crypto guys for investments, a lot of them are now being charged by the government for scamming. So the people that they come to teach you guys on financial advice are scammers. Yeah. It's a consistent trend. So all this talk about we care about our fans, we want them to grow, we want them to make money. When they have the chance to make the big bucks, they don't do it off of the value. They don't do it off the crypto courses. They don't do it like that. What is it? Well, it's the same thing again. It's the horse. That's the appeal. Come meet us and talk to the ladies who will never fuck you.
That's what they do. It's consistent with what they're doing.
Guys, if you're even thinking of going, they're never going to be your friends. They're never going to hang out with you. They don't want to talk to you after the thing. They're going to go over there because you're a paycheck. That's what y'all going over there for. You're going over there. They're going to make what? I said $640,000 from the 120 people if every one of them paid? After cost, paying for the yacht, paying for the women, and some of the influencers getting a small cut just for showing up. This is one of the slimiest things you could do to your fan base. I'm sorry. It is. You're talking about a male self-improvement thing, but what you're really doing is just honey trapping them with whores. Isn't that what they doing? How is that male self-improvement? Could you imagine if Tony Robbins was charging 10 grand so you could be a bunch of around Instagram models? Call it what it is. Call a spade, all right? And if you don't, it's because you're stuck in the matrix. They're stuck in the red pill matrix. If you are blind to the fact that this shit is a scam, you are stuck in a different matrix.
I don't even know what to say at this point, my man.
That's wild.
It's not really my bad.
You didn't do anything.
It's just some idiot that just
Yeah. I mean,
trying to put 1 and 1 together but can't do mathematics.
1 + 1, 21.
Find that one?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I think a lot of these guys would do so well for themselves if they just learn to be themselves. When they're so busy putting on a persona for their fan base or for an audience they're trying to appeal to, that one, you realize over time there's just an incongruence between who they actually are and what they're putting out there. And then two, the thing that they're trying to portray isn't even good for the audience. So it's just like, do I care that this guy lost everything? No, because he didn't care that he was selling dudes on a pipe dream that's not sustainable. All the advice he was doing was making sure that men were not going to stay in relationships. All the advice he was given was making sure that dudes were going to have unrealistic expectations and treat people like shit. So do I care that a shitty ass person has shitty ass end result? No. It's not like he was teaching people how to bake cookies or whatever. No, he was telling you how to treat your girl like a dog. How to treat your girl like she was a possession, and how to be as manipulative and as controlling as possible. So, I don't really give a fuck.
No.
All these people like Abba show grace.
No.
Nah. Listen, I'm gonna laugh to the bank. I'm gonna laugh at you, and then I'm gonna tell everybody else why they probably shouldn't listen to this kind of garbage because it's not good for them. And again, I can say this for a fact. It never ceases to amaze me how many of these guys who do all this alpha male, red pill, I can teach you the world, never live any of the lives they claim. Every time you peer behind the curtain, and sometimes it's like they do the opposite. Hey, nigga, be straight. They sucking dick. Hey, guys, don't stay. They got 3 kids from another woman, and it's crazy. It never ceases to amaze me. So
Never do this and that, and they doing exactly this and that. Like, whatever.
So, if Donovan really wants to revive his channel, it's super easy. Be yourself. Be honest. Do a video of why you were such a fraud for so long, but you can't because your ego's there. I think that would be super interesting content. Talk about what your relationship is actually like. What is the value of dating a woman with a kid? If they're already, why did you accept it? People will tune in. I promise you that. They might unsubscribe at first, but you might actually start to reel in an audience that likes you for you because honestly, you sound miserable. You've been sounding miserable. And it's because no one's buying the act. So, that's my advice to anybody watching, okay? Do not come on these platforms trying to pretend to be something you're not. All right?
I have to say, Donovan Sharp would be a great WWE character. Someone that everybody hates, he would be a great character at that.
Yeah.
And I'm not even clowning or whatever or not. He would fit.
As DA, Kamala Harris shielded illegal immigrant criminals from deportation. Instead of deporting one drug-dealing illegal, Kamala picked him for a jobs program, a job he couldn't legally hold, helping clear.
Yeah. But we did a segment on this before, so just bear with me if you've already seen it. Basically, before dating apps and social media, a college-age woman, or high school, whatever age, is... Their dating pool is limited. I think college is probably a better idea. Yeah. It's probably a better example. Their dating pool is limited to the other college students of the same age and around their peers. But with Tinder, now they can message a 30-year-old guy who lives 5 to 10 miles away and who has a car. So when this woman swipes right on a 20-year-old college student and a 30-year-old career guy, she thinks they're both attractive, messages both of them. The 30-year-old guy says, I can pick you up in my Honda Civic and we can go to the lake or go see a movie. And the college guy says, you want to hang out my dorm with my dorm mates? Which one's she going to pick?
She's going to pick the guy who isn't in the dorm.
Yeah. So like for me, I'm a couple weeks away from being 34. But I grew up at a time I was coming of age when these social media platforms were being built. So I exploited all of them.
Yes.
I had a very normal teenage and years and 20s and everything, dating, hooking up, partying, all the good stuff. And I skateboarded all the time and I was arrogant, cocky, just awful person, all that. And the ladies loved it. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I mean, they kind of did. And now I'm in my 30s and I can go on dating apps and be like, oh yeah, yep, you got it. And then these other guys who are like 26 have no experience because guys like me have dominated the dating apps for the entire time.
Yep.
So when they're 30, they've never dated before.
And they might, if they've tried a dating app and it didn't work, they're probably not going to want to go back on it when they're 30 to try again.
The dating apps are awful anyway. Like it's
Never
like
tried one.
Well, it's like for women, it's just you just sit there and you get inundated with messages from literally everyone, and then guys go in and message literally everyone.
Yep.
It's become awful. So I've basically walked away from it, just like ugh, it's trash. But I do think it's crazy that I'm about to be 34 and I have no family because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is though? It's definitely not me. I think it's everybody else.
Yeah.
So you're saying
I thought he was being satirical when he said it too, because it was like a pause, and I thought this was going to be a punchline. It's because he just spent the last hour lecturing everybody about the fact that dating is so tough for ordinary people because they don't make enough money. Women are pretty much drawn to men who make a lot of money.
Temples make money.
He's like multi-millionaire.
Okay, I'm not
He's into
crazy.
hypergamy. He's talking about how women are hypergamous, all this other stuff. But at the same time,
You're 34 and still not.
you can't. Everyone else is the problem.
Like, he's the cheat code.
I couldn't believe when he said that sentence. Problem's not me. Definitely not me. Anyone who says that sentence, man or woman, run for the hills. Okay. When they say the problem is everyone else, that's because the way that they operate their life is my way or the highway, and they're probably not reasonable. If you can honestly look at all your dating experience and say the problem has always been everyone else and never you, you're 1,000% a part of the problem. Everyone plays a role in some relationships failing. There's just no way you get to that point in life and you're never involved in any of the failures. Either in the selection of the people you choose, the kind of women you go after, the kind of behavior you exhibit in the relationship. You have to lack self-awareness to say, I've never been a problem.
Other people. It's not you. To him. No, I'm sorry.
You're right.
No, it's
right.
no.
You're right.
No, not this time. Usually the common denominator is you.
The common denominator is infinity.
Yeah.
It's all the numbers.
Yes. Not you, not the one.
That's crazy.
In all the relationship, who was wrong? Them. They're the common denominator.
Bro, these guys sell you doom and gloom, say the world is for the rich. They are filthy rich and they still can't make it work. And you would think that, like, yo, you look at guys like Myra and you look at all these fresh and fit, you look red pill, the high value men types. None of them have traditional families, even though they yap on about it and conservative values. They're all sleeping around left, right, and center. They fucking left, right, and center. They having kids out of wedlock. They all do this shit. And then they want to lecture you about doom and gloom and just get you to pay for their subscription services. It's actually the craziest amount of pimping. These dudes pimp out lonely men. They're telling you, get rich, be successful, this is the way. They are all those things, and they don't make it work.
No, they pimp out lonely simps.
Crazy.
Pimping simps.
Oh, yeah, and these dudes are simping for these guys. They'll get in the comment sections, they'll harass you, they'll threaten you because you went after their hero. I'm like, bro, that's more pathetic than simping for an OnlyFans model. You simping for a dude who's literally stealing your money and making you more lonely. That's crazy. But, yeah, moving past that.
So, like, when it comes to the women that I've been in relationships with, so one relationship I was in was a woman had a career. And so we never saw each other. And she's like, I'm not giving up my career. I'm like, well, I'm certainly not.
Yeah.
You're not giving up my career. I'm not.
Doesn't compromise, chooses somebody who has a lifestyle who's incompatible with his. Everyone else is the problem, not Tim Pool. Dude works 18 hours a day, chooses someone else who works 10 hours a day. Everyone else is the problem, not how he chooses. How does that make sense?
Do the shoulders again.
How does that make sense? You guys would laugh at anyone if they told you this as an employer. They're saying, I'm trying to hire a full-time employee. They hire a part-timer who works weekends only.
A student.
You look stupid. That's on you. That's not the employee's fault. How is that their fault?
Well, the employees are trash. Because if you really like the company, you should be devoted for it.
Yeah, and it's like you start dating someone's like, all right, well, I have a job. I make more money than you. You should give up your job and you stay more time and spend more time with me.
Just say that
but hold up. Just because you make more money at your job doesn't mean the other person wants to stop working. Doesn't mean that they don't want to be fulfilled in that way. And if they want that, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because you make more, you're not entitled to tell them to quit their job. They don't have to give up their lifestyle. They're not the problem. You guys have chosen the wrong people. Both of you guys are the problem in this situation.
I'm going to tell you this.
Crazy.
If you say it's my way or the highway, or you have a my way or the highway attitude, just say that you're not available to date. You're not available. Because being available to date actually requires you to be, what's that word? Available. And you're not. You don't want to budge. You don't want to move. And if everybody's the problem. Like, listen, my guy, you're a cheat code. You're rich. You're not half bad looking. Lightning.
You ain't see what's under that beanie. and you can't wear that beanie when you have sex, because if you do, that's crazy.
You don't.
I honestly think wearing a beanie in sex is worse, like 1,000 times worse than balding.
I think he has to wear the beanie during sex.
No, he does not.
He has.
No,
he's not the problem, sir.
What if this motherfucker got an afro?
Yeah, but
and he's like 1/10 black, and he's just been hiding his Negro-ness.
And then some other women are like, I want to go adventure and do my thing. And I'm like, I'm all about freedom and liberty, so you do your thing, I guess. And the only option I really have is to be like, no, you must be the wife. And like, that's not me.
Yep, exactly.
So I haven't found...
So you got to find somebody who wants to, start a family and be maybe a stay-at-home mother,
But here's the challenge with that. My perspective, personality, what I find attractive are all based on liberal urban sensibilities.
Yep.
And so most of the women in that space are going to be fiercely independent careerists and not necessarily compatible.
Oh my God, you can't make this shit up.
Golden Crust patties just got cheesy. Add American cheese to any patty. Beef, curry chicken, jerk chicken, spinach, and vegetable patties for only $1. These delicious patties are sure to put a smile on your face. Visit goldencrust.com for pickup or delivery.
Imagine the civilization as a branch about to reach a dead end.
You're holding the future in your hands.
Utopias turn into dystopias. People need help now.
The gates of Megalopolis are open.
Megalopolis, rated R, September 27th.
My guy, what the ladies realize at 30, you're gonna realize at 40.
Man, everybody want to build a bear bitch. A Build-A-Bear RPG Maker character. I would like someone who's got 10 points into TradCon, but also 8 points into artistic endeavors. Doesn't want to work. My guy.
So, over the past several years, I've been, increasingly successful. I have no problem and no concerns about starting a family whenever I need to. But most of the women that, I have been with are like, can't career.
Yep.
And so there have been some who are like nearly 40. And I'm like,
yeah, getting up there a little bit.
And it's no offense. I'm just saying, like,
40-year-old women are lovely. Okay.
No, the issue isn't them being 40. It's the difference in my age to their age and where I am in my life. And the same is true with younger women too. So I could certainly find like a younger woman who's like, I just want to, and I'm like, but we're just
not. There's biology that comes into play too there. If you're looking to start a family and, she's already in her 40s, then there could be some trouble and that could be hard and that might not fit your what you want in your life.
Yep.
So now he has a problem with women who are younger than him, but you decide to prioritize your work and your profession and put dating by the wayside and just put all your time into that. And then you get to 34, come to realize like you really want this whole family situation. You're having regrets because you saw your dad, but this is just a result of your choices. Don't blame this on feminism. Don't blame this on if feminism didn't come about, the very liberal values that you love so much in these women wouldn't even exist. If everyone just remained stay-at-home wives, all that shit that you yapping about that you're looking for in a woman wouldn't even exist in anybody. I don't know. To me, I'll never understand it. This makes me think of the people who want to travel for 10 years and just be a fucking nomad and then come to find out they have no community to really come back to, no roots that they've planted anywhere, or they haven't built a family and they're in their mid-30s and they haven't launched up their career and they're like, oh, it's a result of your actions. You're dealing with the consequences. Take accountability. But instead of doing that, you blaming everybody else. That's crazy.
The result of everybody else.
Crazy. You know what I mean? Like you a player your whole life, come to your mid-30s, you got zero relationship skills. Then you want to blame women for not knowing how to act when it's actually you don't know how to compromise, you don't know how to deal with nothing. Stop blaming everybody else. Crazy. And then I hate about this, it's always the dudes who be yapping about accountability. Oh, you reap what you sow. This is the result of your actions. And then they sit here blaming the field instead of themselves. I think like most things in life, things are never as bad as people make it seem, but they're not as great either, right? They're normally somewhere in the middle, right? You go online, people will have you doomed out like crazy, thinking the world's about to end. And you go to real life and people are really just not concerned about a lot of this shit because it's just not in their purview and they're not privy to a lot of it. There is some truth to the stuff of hypergamy, but it's never as bad as people make it seem to be. There is some truth to the fact that women do like men who make more money, but if you look at the numbers too, women date a lot of men who are around their income level or sometimes a little bit less, and that's becoming a more and more common trend. All right? This whole idea that it's only for the rich, I see so many poor and middle class people who are constantly getting married and making it work. This idea that you're never going to make it work unless you make 6 figures is just nonsense, okay? This idea that you have to be a Chad is also nonsense. I see so many ugly guys who get it on with girls. Hell, I look decent now, but when I was in my mid-20s to early 20s, like, I look like a wretch who, listen, I look like something. And I was still making it work. I knew a lot of dudes who were even uglier who were making it work. This whole doomer shit online is like, hey, if you're not a Chad, I think this is just behavior that a lot of people engage in to make their own inability to make things work seem more satisfying. It's not me, just society's changed, so I'll never find a mate. You have some accountability in all of this. Yes, things may have gotten difficult in some areas, but they've also gotten easier in others. And people who don't want to acknowledge that and always hand on the doom, I think they're just looking for excuses to justify why they're not getting the results they want. I'm on social media. I see ugly people getting married all the time. Good for them.
I go outside. I go outside with the amount. Actually, with the amount of people that I know that consult, because now consulting and having a therapist or whatnot is a thing that is in right now. So with the amount of that, I see less and less people. There's still some people that do that. The delusional stuff is still present, but there's less and less of that. And there's more people that are more conscious. No, I just really want to be like happy and let me cut all the extra stuff. So I've seen more and more people just go for something that they really, going for something that is less flamboyant and more, less like, oh, you know what, someone that's rich, that's making this and that, that has people are more, from what I've seen around me, maybe it's the Canadian thing.
They are humbled.
Yeah. Life
humbles.
Hey.
You guys just see the delusional people because the delusional people spend a lot of time.
Are highlighted.
No, it's just they spend a lot of time online.
And they are highlighted.
They're loud about it too.
They are highlighted.
And it's flagrant, so it stands out. But a lot of happy people don't got no time to be on social media. They're out here doing shit. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Miserable people go online to look for answers. Happier people are not online looking at red pill shit. They're not.
Misery loves
company. So you're only going to be in comment sections with other people who are miserable. Why would you be watching some of this shit? It's just dudes just yelling at you. Who got time for that if you're actually happy in your life? Who got time to be like, oh my God, the feminist, if you're actually with a woman you really enjoy being with? I just couldn't imagine having a good time in my date and be like, you know what I need to do while I'm having fun? Let me go watch somebody called feminist whores. They're like, who got time for that? That's why that was the thing during the pandemic. You didn't go outside, so you just thought this shit was so real. Then you go outside, you talk like, what the fuck is red pill? What is this?
You think
shit?
That's why it toppled?
They don't care.
You think that's why it toppled?
It was never a really big thing. It looked bigger than it was because again, we're online. Literally nobody in real life knows about this shit or cares. So, this is another touching grass segment. Do not listen to these creators because they will have you thinking everything is going to end. And that's their job too. Why? Because miserable and fearful people are going to pay money to support them. When you think there's a war coming, you will invest in order to be ahead of the curve. I'm just saying. Did you not hear it come out of his own mouth? It's not me, it's everyone else. How many times have y'all heard women say that shit and these guys flame the fuck out of them? And justifiably so. But here's a grown man repeating that same shit. How many times you gonna hear that? How many times you gonna hear men yell goofy ass shit like, oh, men are the prize? What? Are you not just a men? I'm the whole table. And you guys are gonna be like, yes, queen. Y'all gotta stop that, fellas. Do not repeat what these ladies said when you was flaming it for it and then act like you didn't do that shit. That's crazy.
You talk your talk, King.
Yeah, King. Yeah, King. Do your thing.
You talk your talk.
Know your worth, King.
That's right.
You the table. You don't even answer that question.
If you see your state, you can register online to vote right now. It only takes 2 minutes. Make your voice count. Register online now at iwillregister.org.
Back in 2022, I lost 2 very important people in my life. Big figures. It really wasn't until February of this year that I finally gave therapy a chance. And the cool thing here is I actually use BetterHelp to do it. In fact, I still use it.
Know your worth.
I want to present to you some ideas, and then you can just tell me what you think.
Sure.
And then we'll start from there.
That sounds great.
So have you heard that like young dudes aren't dating for the most part? Like they're not hooking up, they're virgins?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, before we even go anything, why do you think that is?
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with dating apps. and women having more options now.
So I'll explain this idea, and I guess you agree.
Yeah.
But we did a segment on this before, so just bear with me if you've already seen it. Basically, before dating apps and social media, a college-age woman, or high school, whatever age, is their dating pool is limited. I think college is probably a better idea.
Yeah.
It's probably a better example. Their dating pool is limited to the other college students of the same age and around their peers. But with Tinder, now they can message a 30-year-old guy who lives 5-10 miles away and who has a car. So when this woman swipes right on a 20-year-old college student and a 30-year-old career guy, she thinks they're both attractive, messages both of them. The 30-year-old guy says, I can pick you up in my Honda Civic and we can go to the lake or go see a movie. And the college guy says, you want to hang out my dorm with my dorm mates? Which one's she going to pick?
She's going to pick the guy who isn't in the dorm.
Right. So you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
But would you say that's materialism, or do you think it's just?
I think it's biological.
Explain. What do you mean?
Like women are driven to find a mate, whether or not you like it or not. Like we're driven to be like, okay, who can support us? And men are driven to be like, okay, well, who's going to give us healthy children? These are biological impulses that we have. So a woman whose options are a guy with no job, drinks all the time, parties, like his age, it's age appropriate. You should be doing that stuff. But she had these. That was her pool. And now she has men who have jobs and money and houses and are ready to do that, to be who she is biologically driven to want to be. And so she's going to choose that unless she's wanting to party to like the dorm guy and not ready to settle down.
Because there's some, so I think there's a mix between biological and social.
Yep.
I don't think it's purely one or the other. I think typically you'll find from like the feminists, it's all social constructs.
Yes.
But there was a study I just talked about earlier on one of my other channels that when a woman gets a promotion, she is more likely to get divorced. If a man gets a promotion, there's no change.
Do you think she gets divorced by like her saying, I want to get divorced now because I can support myself, or is it the man saying I can't live with you being more successful?
I think it's both.
That's interesting.
So my opinion is, I think typically, not always, a woman wants a man who is of higher status than they are.
Yep.
Somebody who's capable, strong, confident, that they can look up to
Yep.
and know if, like, you can rely on yourself as a woman, and then you have this powerful benefit in this strong man who's also providing you like a safety net, I guess.
Yeah.
And then men want to feel like protectors.
Yes.
So you flip the dynamic. If the woman gets a promotion, now the man feels inadequate.
It's almost emasculation.
Yeah. And so I know that it's funny. You'll see a lot of feminists will say something like, "Oh, boohoo, the poor man." It's like, it doesn't matter what you think about it. It matters that men feel this.
I would have to look at that study because I don't believe anyone who cites most of this shit online. But I'm curious. Do you believe that to be true? Do you believe that when a woman gets a promotion, a man's insecure about it because she's making more money now? I mean, this is all going to be anecdotal, so we just chat. But yeah.
I've heard about it, but I've nothing to confirm it. I remember, like, my girl had... What happened? Why are you smiling?
I don't know. I just couldn't imagine being in a relationship with somebody and all of a sudden I look at my bank account and there's more money and I'm like, man, hey, this bitch.
I can understand that there could be some men that would be more uncomfortable with that. I would understand. I'm not that. That's not me. But the way I've seen a couple of men acting out there and the insecurities that's out there, I could see that whenever you got like, for example, I had a job, my girl was taking care of, there was something that they used to do every year for breast cancer, right? A huge gala and stuff like that. And then you get to meet all the coworkers. All the coworkers she already makes more money than me.
Right.
All the coworkers are making more money than me. You know what I mean? So when you're around, what do you do? All right, I'm a manager of this and that district. What are you doing? I'm a manager of this and that. I got these. And then what you doing? I'm a dancer. Not that kind. So I'm not like that. But I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of guys out there that it will feel very uncomfortable like that. Like, well, Peter at your job, I know there's some guys like that. Do I feel like women want a divorce? Maybe it's true that whenever they get promotions, they're more likely to divorce. I wouldn't necessarily put a correlation between the divorce and the promotion.
I mean, there's probably dozens of reasons why that's true. Is it because they're becoming more selfish and then they're like, I've gotten better place in life, so I want to get divorced? Or is it because they're working more hours, so they have less time to invest in their relationship?
Exactly.
And so that's what's causing friction between the two of them. The likelihood of her getting lots of promotions and a higher percentage of divorce could just be linked to the work aspect of it too, right? So again, these numbers, I don't know if they're real, but even if they are, what is the context behind them? What's the actual motivation? That's why I never like taking these. But you see how people will sometimes take a number and then just make their own narrative for why that's true.
Yes. Like, I can understand that someone getting a promotion, get the promotion, and then the tasks at home change and everything and stuff. So with just that promotion, there's more pressure on the person. The person comes back home with a lot of pressure, a lot of, they don't want to, when you're supposed to come back home, and that's just for me, to me. Your home is a safe haven.
Right.
Your home is your peace. I do not invite certain people, or it's gonna take a long time for you to be in my house.
Yeah.
Even if I've been friends with you for a long ass time, I've been friends with some people.
I mean, he's never invited me to this place. It happens.
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
There you go.
Exactly.
All right.
So I invite him. He doesn't come to my house. He doesn't want to because he dislikes everything I do. But
Why do you say it like that? Why'd you say it like that? It's not wrong, but
it's not wrong, but it's really that. It's really that. You dislike everything I do and everything I have. And
I don't dislike everything you do.
You brought a couple like, because you saw how well it made you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because you sported good.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't dislike everything you do.
Now you sported good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, I'm gonna get it tailored a little bit over here just to just.
You don't have to.
I'm just saying.
Because the thing that happened is that right now it's new, but with time is gonna. You see,
it's gonna fade down.
With time is gonna.
Okay, so it's not too big. It's
no. It's good.
Okay,
no, it's good.
See, I don't like dislike everything you do.
No, because because you like when I prop you up. When I'm
no,
you're good. And you're like, yeah, I like that. That's you. That's you. Look at you. Yeah, that's it. That whenever you got. It's not that, is that you got promotion, you got more stress, you got more tasks that you have to accumulate. There's more stress on you, and it could weigh in on your couple, and then eventually coming back home can be not a safe haven. Yeah. And then you spend longer time at work.
Yeah.
You do all those schemes to not go back home, and then it can potentially be. It could potentially be the cause of you splitting, but it's not necessarily the fact that I got a promotion. I'm a better person. Fuck you. I need to go up. Moving on up.
Yeah. I don't believe that shit. It's like the wage gap number because people used to just reference it and be like 20 cents on a dollar. But when you look into it, it's like, okay, well, women who work in the same field but actually work in worse professions within that field. So instead of being a doctor who's a brain surgeon, they're actually just working in childcare. And it turns out that the ones that do, pediatricians, make substantially less, even men. But once you had a woman who's also a brain surgeon compared to another brain surgeon, you saw that the income disparity leveled out a lot. Or if you look at women who didn't have kids, or if you look at women who spend most of their time working, you realize that the income disparity drops. So those numbers in a vacuum don't mean much. There's a narrative behind them that people are spreading. Mm-hmm. You got to look at what the reasons why are that they exist.
100%. And also there was also the fact that the number of time that they would take off versus their male counterpart.
Yes. And women sometimes prioritize that more.
Yeah, which is understandable and that's fine. But at the end of the day, they were paid the same. But if you take all the vacation and the leave and stuff like that, then you'd get a gap. Yeah.
I'm here to pay my mom's bill.
So you're her, right? You're the boxer?
Yeah, golden girl.
There was a girl named Clarissa came into the gym tonight. What you think about girls boxing?
Don't see no reason why she can't. She got hands.
Hey, Mama.
Talk to you, man. Going to bed. I got training in the morning.
When you win that prize money, you get our own place. Just us.
USA Boxing hasn't won a gold medal since 2004.
Yeah, well, none of them boxers was Clarissa, was it?
As long as I'm boxing, I'm gonna be okay.
So you on a path, and everything you see out there is just one more thing to get in your way.
Oh, what you doing?
You think I don't know about what it's like to be 16, hormones all everywhere?
Don't nobody want to hear about y'all nasty hormones.
Oh, you don't? Well, I'm gonna tell you though.
When you gonna rip the Nike?
Soon, bruh, soon. What's this?
That good protein.
Can I at least have some fries?
Coach Jason say no French fries.
We'll be going to China for the qualifiers. And after that, it's London.
Can't nobody beat me.
This ain't what I thought it would be. All these people getting these endorsements. Meanwhile, I can barely pay my mama rent.
Maybe it just take more time. I would love to represent Clarissa. It's just much harder with women athletes.
It's not fair, but people expect female athletes to behave a certain way.
I won that gold medal by being me. What happened to staying true to who you are?
It's way bigger than boxing, Russ. So it's gonna be up to you to show who Clarissa Shields really is.
If I'm training for the second gold medal, I'm gonna need exactly what the men get.
Is it the money? Is it the recognition?
Money is recognition. This ain't just about me. This is for all the women.
Folks around here know that if Clarissa Shields can do it, they can too.
You've seen more in your 16 years than most people seen in their entire lifetime. I want you to take that fire inside of you and turn it into something good.
Hey, yo, you represent out there. Show 'em how we do it in Flint.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
We asked working Americans what they think.
$5 a gallon is the highest historically it's ever been.
I've never seen it this high before.
We have to choose between, am I going to fill up my car all the way or am I going to buy a prescription?
I feel it every time I fill up.
My first year of driving, I'm having to deal with an average of 503 across the nation.
It's hard to save when everything you're making is going out for groceries and gasoline.
Families right now are living paycheck to paycheck.
Bidenomics is working.
The food prices are astronomical. They're unaffordable.
It's hurting everybody.
I do without a lot of things that I shouldn't because we can't afford it.
If everything in the store is double the price.
I have several elderly friends. They can't even get their medicine some months.
That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Joe Biden's policy, Kamala's policies, they're killing us.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Today's topic, Amanda Seales. Our full disclaimer, I don't like her. But I just...
You don't like her?
I don't.
You don't like her?
I don't think there's ever been an interview where I watched her for more than 5 minutes and thought...
And she was likable.
I think I would enjoy a conversation with this human being. But she did an interview with Shannon Sharpe. It went viral for a lot of different reasons. You guys sent me this interview. A lot of you guys DM'd me. And I kind of hate you for it because I watched it.
I was about to.
And then I edited it down so that you guys don't have to hate it as much as I will. Now it went from 3 hours to 22 minutes. And I promise you, you still gonna hate her.
I told you I was about to watch it, and you said, please don't. No, I was about to watch it. No, don't do it, dude.
I don't think folks realize behind the scenes how much I have to do sometimes because this shit was disgusting.
You do.
Well, hey, you're gonna see why, okay? I'm gonna just play some of these clips back to back.
You know what? I can't wait to see.
Amanda Seales is an actress, podcaster, comedian, DJ, musician, poet. She's a lot of things, okay? And to be fair to her, her career resume is extensive. From a child actor to even up until today, she's done a lot in the entertainment industry. She was part of the TV show Insecure, where a lot of people know her. She was also part of Flowetry. She was part of one of her favorite daytime TV shows, The Real. If you guys are wondering what all these clips are, I'm just piecing together her conflicts with people. In a 3-hour interview, there might have been at least 30 to 35 different people from all walks of life, different points in her life, before she was famous, after she was famous, school, elementary school, middle school, work, radio, didn't fucking matter. Everywhere she went, motherfuckers hated her. I present to you a professional victim, Amanda Seales.
I am a genius.
Give her some time, bro. Let her cook. Let her cook, bro.
It's just, no, but yo, you told me let her cook, but it's like whenever you try to cook and then you put, people walk in the room and they're like, he smells good. What are you cooking? It's just garlic and oil. Calm down. It still smells fire.
Okay, let's go though. Let's go.
I am a genius. I'm a gifted performer. I am a gifted person. I am a creative genius. I'm generous. I am giving. I am kind.
Bro, she got some lovers. She confident.
Hey, if nobody's gonna love you, who will?
I'm funny. I'm delightful. Like, these are not things that I need to wait for somebody to say about me. I know these things about myself. It is my habit because I've always been labeled as this. You think you know everything. It's not that I think I know everything, but I really did know the answer. And I'm thinking I'm helping the room out by having the answer.
Oh.
But they like,
I think you're a know-it-all.
You're a lot. You're a show off. You're extra. In my sophomore year of college, I was put in a suite with 7 other women. And the day I got there, my name had been ripped off the door and thrown on the ground. I didn't even know these women.
Goddamn, they hate you from the jump.
So mind you, she's not even well known right now. She's in college. Let's keep listening.
And 2 weeks in of them not talking to me, I said, listen, I'd like to have a Friday night where I buy a bottle of tequila and we all just sit around and y'all can take shots and tell me why you don't like me. And everybody's reason was, I don't like you because you think you all that. I don't like you because you extra. I don't like you because you a show off. None of that shit is anything having, like, I'm not harming them.
Right.
Like, I'm literally just trying to
But they
exist.
formed this opinion of you prior to meeting you.
Like, I'm just trying to exist. I'm literally just existing in the world. And it's a fucking problem. And if you're gonna not like me, I would at least like it to be for a legit reason.
Yeah, Shannon, that's why her story don't make no sense. People don't just hate you for no reason. 7 people in your fucking dorm setup hated you from the first day they saw you.
It's not because you discard those reasons that they're not legit.
Yeah.
Basically, they don't like you because you're annoying as fuck. As someone that is too much, someone that is a know-it-all, someone that's that labeled by a lot of people, basically it's because you're annoying. I'm just trying to live, yes, but you living is taking so much space that you don't allow other people to live. Yeah, but it's for them to take their space. See what I mean? You're not considerate.
There is the truth. There is my truth. And a lot of times, baby, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons why you can see that is because when I recount a story, I want you to notice this when I recount stories. I very rarely include my feelings. It's never, I felt that this person did this. I thought that this person did this. It's like reading Game of Thrones. He's going to give you this.
I don't want this to be an easy interview. I'm ready to address whatever.
Well, first of all, are you still on Insecure?
What kind of dumbass question is that?
I'm just asking. That is a
It's a dumbass question.
I'm just asking.
Next question.
Well, who was the person that did not like you?
No, we're not doing that. But I feel like
Ask the questions. Don't take it easy on me. That's what you want.
Amanda's the only factual person in the world. When she tells a story, her perspective is the perspective.
That is part of my autism. I speak in directs. I speak in linear spaces. I speak in literals. That's part of the reason why people don't like me neither. So when I was at Disney,
yes,
and I was in the situation at Disney, I was there as the only black girl.
Okay.
And there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're black, so don't get any ideas. I ended up getting kicked out of the conservatory. So one of the guys in my class created a story, and he told the teacher a lie. He told her that I was listening to my headphones in class, which I was not. But she was already a baddie lady anyway. And again, I'm the only black girl in my class, so like you're just a very easy target. She just lost it. I mean, she lost it. She was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe you would be here listening to your headphones.
I mean, had you had any run-ins with this teacher prior to this?
So then she goes on a mission to get me kicked out of the conservatory. All of a sudden, there's no excuse. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I don't know. But she definitely went the distance and she got me kicked out.
It had to have hurt to have these black publications.
I had a nervous breakdown. It's just the willingness of folks to sell their souls for so little. And I feel like that's what you have to do to like put your gift of being a writer to work in such a nefarious way. I ain't met none of these people. I ain't done none of these people.
All her friends from college, when she went to a post-academic schooling, her teacher hated her. One of her other classmates decided to tell a random lie about her, all these things for no reason. Black publications wrote bad things about her, again, unwarranted. Let's keep listening.
I had no idea that there were other people like me out there living their lives.
Ask your healthcare provider if Biktarvy is right for you, and visit Biktarvy.com to view the important facts, including important warnings.
Hey everyone, so the team decided to do a fun competition. If you're able to make a donation today, even if it's just a few dollars, and if you're selected, then Governor Tim Walz and I get to meet you in person on the road. Since launching this campaign, we've seen tremendous momentum on the campaign trail, and this truly is a people-powered movement. So to say thank you, we are personally inviting one lucky supporter and a friend to an all-expenses-paid trip to meet us in person. Chip in any amount to power your fight for the future, and thank you.
I like to think that they were paid by AIPAC because if
Sorry, not for nothing. They were paid by Jews.
I think I've gotten in my own way by being more honest than I needed to be in certain situations. This is not conceit or cockiness. This is somebody who has really sat here and looked at this. I think some people don't like me because I'm very light-skinned. I think some people don't like me because I'm a woman with a very strong point of view and an opinion. I think some people don't like me because I may reflect something that they desire.
Listen, the reason why people don't like me is because, you know, I'm wonderful. I'm amazing. And people don't like me for that. People don't like me because I'm a total bitch, which stands for babe in total control of herself. That's why they don't like me.
I think some people don't like me for the reasons that they don't like themselves. And I know that there are reasons you don't like me that were handed down to you in some situations. By patriarchy, I mean by racism, I mean by classism, etc. You know, you don't like me because I can talk proper or something. You know, like if that's a source of ire for you, like I'm like mad that somebody put it in you. I've been bullied for being smart. I don't know how being unabashedly smart has become such a villainous thing. I am fucking Skolder and Mully. I'm a crusader, like I'm the Green Beret. But I have become the patron saint for difficult women.
you didn't get a check for this and you just did this just to do it, I'm just like, damn, that's unfortunate for you. I just don't ever feel comfortable with people forming opinions not based on truth. Shin, I got in trouble for saying uninsecure. We need to talk about the incident that you had.
I guess when you're in corporate, you got to keep it corporate, man.
We say nigga on the show. We say nigga all day on this motherfucking show. And it was a black woman who pulled me to the side. And this brother, I was like, damn, you the only revolutionary nigga around here. He was like, I'm not a nigga. And I said, okay, I get it. This was the incident. So she's like, we need to talk about the incident. And I said, well,
What incident?
what incident? Well, when you just referred to him as a nigga.
I'm pretty sure that in Django Unchained, in the movie Django Unchained, Leonardo DiCaprio was not saying that word when they were just chilling. We say it on the movie. No. The movie said it's one thing.
Yeah, just because in your lines it says, don't mean you just be out here in the random trailer be like, hey, bitch.
That in the script I'm saying to a coworker and then cut, yo, bitch, are we going to lunch? It's not gonna work.
So actually, I referred to him as a revolutionary nigga. It was a compliment.
Right.
You're gonna need to apologize to him. But this is the action of like, you need to bow down. People are always trying to get me to like apologize for some shit I didn't do wrong because they feel like I'm too haughty. They feel I'm too sure of myself. They feel like I need to be cut down to size.
No, they thought it was wrong.
Nigga, what? Listen, I use the word occasionally. I don't use it that often. You'd actually be surprised.
Okay, you should just use it here.
Even here, like a video, I might not say it for once every like 3 videos. Maybe when we first started, we used to say it more. Yeah. Nowadays, we barely say it.
Yeah, because, flags.
Not even that. As I got older, I just use the word less. That's honestly what it is. I swear less. I do most of those things less.
Sure.
But moving past that.
Concur.
Even when I did use it, there were people who were uncomfortable with the word. And if I would not just go to people I don't know that well and be like, hey, nigga, give me that shit. Because they might take it the wrong way, and I would understand why. For you to be told by somebody, yo, don't call me that, for what? And it's fair, too, because they might have a relationship with that word that's really negative. I know some people, when they hear that word, it triggers some shit in them, and that's okay. For you to be told, yo, you need to apologize for that, you'd be like, oh, they're just trying to put me down. They're just trying to make me bow down. No, man. You're on the job. You're using language that's incredibly inappropriate backstage to talk to people who you haven't even established a rapport with to use that word. I might be calling some of my homegirls the B word. Don't mean I'm gonna go to a random girl on the job and just say that shit and think it's supposed to fly, and then if she gets offended, I don't have to apologize. Let's be honest about that word. It is incredibly controversial. We all agree on that. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves. So if you know it, using it at work and then being reprimanded for it should be one of the least surprising things.
But if someone tells me, yo, don't call, I'm not that. First thing I'm gonna do is, well, shit, sorry, my bad. I'm not gonna be like, are you trying to put me in these shackles? I'm not.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But let's just keep watching, bro.
The unfortunate part of that is that it's not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of them.
Right.
Because what is it about me that makes you feel small and you want me to get down to your level? Why do you feel small? What's going on with you? Who made you feel that way? That's not fair to you. Come on, rise up. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what that is. So she brings him into my trailer.
You fake apologize.
Cause she there. It felt like it. So now we got to shoot the car scene where we're driving in Malibu.
Right.
So we in the car and I'm telling them about what happened and I start crying because I'm a sensitive soul and because this felt like another instance where I was being like bullied. And Issa laughed in my motherfucking face as I was crying and said, well, you know, you do have a tone.
So even these people not having no sympathy for you, they're like, yeah, you do have a way of talking to people. Issa Rae, the one who runs the show and brought her on, laughed in her face while she was crying.
You know, I remember when I started going to therapy, because I was like, you know, people keep telling me that no one likes me. And I do not understand.
Did you believe it?
Yeah. I remember her asking me, well, what are the reasons why people say they don't like you? That I am too demanding? Whereas, like, for me, it's like, well, no, it's like, it's more so just me holding you accountable. They say that I am mean, but in my version of it, it's like, well, no, I'm just being honest.
She's insufferable, bro.
Keep watching. We're not even close.
They're just using Jussie as a scare. Come on, y'all. It was no victims. They can't really prove it.
Thank you.
Everything was
Even if it
jumbled
was
up.
a hoax, this is really happening all the time. And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble.
And you were in a group called Floetry, right? Is that and you replaced one of the founding members, Natalie?
Yeah, Natalie. Mm-hmm.
And read a lot that you weren't well received. Do you know? I mean, if they're turning their back, they're booing. I mean, I guess the people that you're trying to read the poetry to.
Incorrect. Marsha never made it any easier.
Why?
Why?
Yes. Why? Why did?
I think that they wanted me to quit. I had a manager.
Y'all noticing a trend. Okay, this is yet another episode of Everybody Hates Amanda, okay? And whenever we get to the conclusion part of the episode, she never knows why.
No.
Never knows why. I don't know why. I don't know why. All these people just hate.
I lost the job because I was answering yes or no questions. Because they were emailing me, asking me yes or no questions.
Okay.
And my responses were yes.
Yes.
And
no.
And then finally, I got an email that said, you know what, we decided to go with somebody else because by your responses, it seems like you're not interested.
Well, you say answer yes or no.
So now you understand me. It took us a little bit, but you're here. So
they wanted you to say, yes, I would love to have the job because I think this is an amazing opportunity for me, and I just love this company. I think you...
Get out there and dance, nigga!
But Amanda...
And black people do it to each other!
I don't know if you guys ever applied for a job. And if someone's asking you work-related questions, and they're sending you questions, and it's email, and you're just responding with yes or no for an employment opportunity, you don't seem interested. Yes, okay, when you're getting a job, I would love to work with you guys. Thank you guys for this opportunity. I'm really excited. They want to hear some enthusiasm, especially for acting gigs. They want to know you really want to do this part because a lot of these jobs aren't guideline specifics in terms of like how you're going to do things. A lot of it is going to be your own enthusiasm, your own hubris to actually get things across the finish line and make it a good product. If someone's trying to get you on an acting gig, you're like, yeah, no, yes, no. Do you honestly think they're going to hire you? Who here has been to a job interview and just answered yes or no questions the entire time? They expect you to expand. They expect you to say the right things. We all know we have to do it. It's part of the process. But for her...
I answer like that. I answer exactly like that. Yes, no, yes, no. I answer like that to people I closely work with because we got to get shit done. Okay? Even with people that I closely work with, it could be received as, all right, this motherfucker don't care. But you have to be aware of that.
I think it's worse in a way because it's not clear whether you care or not. So
It's actually-
and because you're not making it clear, I'm going to assume you don't. When you do, and then you get frustrated because you're like, I do care. But I'm like, you're not relaying it. Like when you it's like this, when you write someone a paragraph or 2 paragraphs and they go, no, yes, you're just like, are you mad about something? Because text messages, emails, they don't give you context.
100%.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just venting what I've been experiencing with you, so I just wanted to get that.
I know. I saw that. We saw that. We feel for you.
Okay.
Good job.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Have some more shit to
It took some time, but you finally got here. And I'm proud of you.
It took us a little bit, but you're here.
Carry on.